Hi there. If you're concerned about what's going on in the world at the moment, or you are worried about your business or your work, or you're worried about your loved ones, then you're not alone. We're all facing massive uncertainty at the moment, and as human beings, we have this need to be certain, to be sure that our business is going to be okay, that our work is going to be okay, that we're going to get paid, that our loved ones are going to be okay, their health is going to be okay. And when we feel uncertainty like we are facing, we feel out of sync, we feel out of control, we feel insecure, we have concerns about our future. So my name is Alpa Joshi, and as a member of National Counselling Society and as a cognitive behavioral therapist, I'd like to share with you 5 ways in which we can build our resilience and improve our well-being. So what actually is resilience? Resilience is our ability to cope with adversity, our ability to cope with change or challenges that we face in our life. And at the moment, we can all relate to that. So number 1 is having a growth mindset. So they say we have about 50 to 70,000 thoughts per day. And a lot of these thoughts can be quite negative for our well-being. So just being aware of the thoughts that you're having and noticing these thoughts and how are they making you feel. Are they making you feel unhappy? Are they making you feel insecure? And if they are, then changing these thoughts into more positive, more constructive, more productive thoughts, because thoughts can turn into emotions, and emotions can turn into events eventually, as behaviors, as action. So we need to be very careful, very mindful of our thoughts. So noticing your thoughts and changing them to more nourishing, productive, helpful and supportive thoughts that are good for our well-being. And also to know that there are certain life events that happen around us for which we have no control over. We can't do anything about what's going on at the moment, but we can control our thoughts, we can control our emotions. So controlling things we can control, changing things we can control, and actually not to worry about things we can't control. They're out of our hands. There's nothing we can do about that. And also to know and to remember that this too shall pass. And in fact, when was the last time you had time like this to do things that you wanted to do, to explore those hobbies that you always wanted to try out? So maybe this is the time to do that. So that leads me to my next point, which is practicing self-care. So good quality of sleep, having good healthy diet, drinking lots of water, doing exercise. There's some really amazing apps on at the moment, and you can download these apps for exercise, for yoga, for Pilates, for aerobics. So exercising releases dopamine and happy hormones like endorphins. So they make you feel happy and they make you feel good. So exercise is important, but also being selective of what you watch on television, because there's so much on at the moment. Maybe watching programs that are good for you, for nourishing for you, and actually limiting to the news that you watch, maybe once a day, because watching too much news can be quite anxiety provoking. So limiting the number of times you watch news and watching things that are good for you, or selective programs that you always wanted to watch. Taking up a hobby like singing or dancing or listening to music or writing that blog that you always wanted to write but never really had the time to do that. Having some me time, having some alone time just to do things that you always wanted to do, and having that space from other people. Sometimes it's good to just connect with yourself and just be on your own and enjoy doing things that you enjoy doing. Opening that window and listening to the birds sing, and that can be so pleasant, so nice, such a nice activity to do. Decluttering that wardrobe that you always wanted to change, or to remove those things and give them to a charity or something. So just activities like that you can do, which will be very helpful and very practical in lifting your spirit and making you feel good. Number 3 is staying connected with your breath. And Dr. Kabat-Zinn, who is John Kabat-Zinn, he's a pioneer of mindfulness, and he says that when you connect with the breath, you come back to the present moment and you become more aware of what's going on around us. So connecting with the breath, coming back to the present moment and noticing what's around us can be so therapeutic, so calming. And just you can count up to 5 as you inhale, and as you exhale you can count up to 7. So exhalation can be a little bit longer. And so noticing your breath, you can feel calm, your mind feels calm, your body feels relaxed, and you feel in control. Because a lot of time when we're anxious, we're out of breath and we forget to breathe. So breathing and taking a deep breath and connecting with the breath can be very calming, very relaxing, and making us feel that you're in control. And it's such an easy thing to do. You can do that any time of the day. You can take those mindful breaths and just connect with the breath and instantly feel calm. Number 4 is writing a gratitude journal. Dr. Joe Dispenza, who is a neurologist, and he says that writing a gratitude journal can be so good for our well-being. So just writing down 5 things every day that you are thankful for, that you are grateful for. It could be anything that made you smile today. What made me smile today? What did I enjoy doing today? Who did I speak to that I felt really happy about? What did I do today that made me feel good? So writing, what am I thankful for? You know, there are a lot of things that we can be thankful for in this situation, and just making a list of those things can really make us feel happy. They release those happy hormones. So it's a very, very simple way of feeling good and feeling well and feeling okay in difficult situation. Meditation. Now, meditation is defined as paying attention to the present moment without judgment. And I can share these 3 visualization techniques with you. And number 1 is imagine. So you can close your eyes and imagine that you're sitting on a beautiful beach, and your thoughts are like the waves in the sea, and they're just coming and going, and you are not reacting to your thoughts. Number 2 can be watching. You're in a cinema, you're watching a film, and your thoughts can be like the film you're watching. So they're coming and going, and you're not reacting to your thoughts. So you can be just sitting in the cinema, watching your thoughts come and go without reacting to them. And number 3 can be, you're sitting by the road and your thoughts are like the traffic, and you can watch the thoughts come and go. And science has proved that when you disassociate with your thoughts, and you stand back and you watch them, the effect they have on you becomes less, and as a result we can strengthen our prefrontal cortex, which is the brain that's responsible for resilience. So this is a really good technique to actually disconnect with our negative thoughts and actually sit back and just watch them as they come and go, as if you're watching a film, or you're on a beach, or you are sitting by the road and you're just watching the traffic go by. It's a really good way to connect. And if you're a beginner meditator, this visualization is a really good technique and useful way you can connect with the breath and meditate for a few minutes, and even that could be so helpful and beneficial. And finally, to remember that we are the CEO of our life. We always have a choice. We have a choice of changing our thoughts. We have a choice of adapting and having thoughts that are more positive, constructive, nourishing, and supportive for our well-being. And to always remember that between the stimulus and response, we always have a choice. So stimulus can be anything that's challenging in your life, and how you respond to that, it is your choice. You have a choice to respond to that in a more constructive, more productive way that's good for your well-being. If you like this video, and if you'd like to get in touch with me, my website is www.alpajoshi.co.uk. You can email me, you can text me, or you can call me, and I would love to hear from you. But in the meantime, thank you for watching this video, and I hope to connect with you again, and stay safe.